Hello and welcome to Surf Progression Techniques. My name is Chapin Kruder, and today we'll be going over the backside bottom turn to top turn process. And then when the video is finished, please be sure to click the bonus link in the description, which is the video on how to spot the section. It's a first person perspective where you can really see as you are a surfer going down the line what to look for and then what sections to really focus in on to not get overwhelmed by all the different things that are going on around you. Cool, so let's jump right in then, and we'll discuss the backside bottom turn and the techniques necessary to execute a perfect backside bottom turn. So just like the front side bottom turn, it's going to be extremely important that you get your back foot as far back on the surfboard in order to gain maximum control over that surfboard. Number two, spot your section. Make sure your eyes are locked in on the section that you're going to then go into your bottom turn process for, because as you engage your bottom turn and then maneuver towards your top turn, you get to a point where you go into a blind spot and you won't be able to see that section any longer. And it's going to be really important that you have a very clear visualization of where you want to finish your turn at the top of the wave. I'll get into more detail on that later in the video. But yeah, you want to get your back foot back, you want to spot the section, and then as you go to engage your bottom turn, you're going to want to sit deep into the bottom turn. Imagine that you're sitting in a child's chair as you're trying to sit down in a child's chair. That's the kind of depth you want to get as you begin the bottom turn process. And then this fourth technique is key. So as you are imagining yourself sitting into a child's chair, you want to try to touch the trough of the wave. So you want to sit deep enough to where you are able to touch the trough of the wave with your lead arm. Now, if you're a regular footer like this surfer is, imagine as you go to touch the trough, you open up your palm and shoulder. So really opening that palm and shoulder towards the wave face, that is going to allow you then to open your body up more as you then go up to do your top turn. So this is going to be a key component of your bottom turn. As you get your back foot back, you spot the section, you go to sit as if you're sitting into a child's chair and you try to touch the trough of the wave with an open palm and shoulder. That's going to make a really nice access point to pivot around as you then go up to do a vertical top turn. So if you're a regular foot surfer, it's going to be really opening that left palm and shoulder as you go to touch the trough of the wave with that left hand. And if you are a goofy foot surfer, it's going to be that right palm and shoulder, opening that up as you go to touch the trough of the wave. So then to quickly recap your backside bottom turn process, it's get your back foot back, focus on that section, really spot that section. As you go to engage your bottom turn, sit like you're sitting into a child's chair and touch the trough with your lead arm, opening that palm and shoulder up as wide as you can. Now we'll jump into the second portion of this video, which is how to execute the top turn aspect of this transition. So you've done everything correctly, and now you've set your board going up the face of the wave to do a vertical top turn. Now the key to this, and going back to what I said earlier, which is you get to a point where you go to pivot and start your top turn and you go completely blind. You can't see that section anymore. So you're basing your movements on the anticipation of where you're going to end up at the top of the wave. So what you're going to want to do then is start your turn early. And what this will do is then help you finish at the top of the wave rather than blasting out above the wave, losing complete control. You can work towards that, but it's going to be key at this point in your development, in your progression, that to start doing the type of backside top turns that you want, you engage early. You start your turn early, midway up the face. That way you finish at the top, at the feathering top of the lip, rather than starting 3/4 up or starting right when you hit that lip and then you just blow your fins out and lose complete control. So it's going to be starting that turn process early so that you can finish your turn at the top of the wave or even mid-face, and then you can gradually start working your way up the face to then do those types of maneuvers where you're blowing your fins out the back and maintaining control. Now the actual backside top turn body mechanics and movements are pretty intuitive for most surfers, where it's, you know, twisting your body and throwing your weight back forward. Most people seem to really just naturally gravitate towards that body movement, which is way more intuitive than doing a front side top turn. So I won't go into much detail on the body mechanics of that because you can just visually see how this surfer is doing it, where he just twists and throws all his weight forward. And because he started his turn like 3/4 of the way up the face, that's why he blasts his fins out. Where if you were to start halfway up the face, mid-face your turn, you're going to finish at the top and you'll finish with a nice feathering fan of spray over the back. Thank you for choosing Surf Progression Techniques. Please remember to go down and click that bonus video in the description below to spot the section. That'll be super helpful in just identifying the sections that you have in front of you on a wave rather than just being overwhelmed by all the different opportunities. I go into a lot of detail on what to really look for and then what to ignore as you continue to progress. So thank you again. My name is Chapin Cruder, Surf Progression Techniques. I'll see you next time.